If you book a trip to southern Spain, you probably have a specific image in your head. A solo dancer in a polka dot dress, spinning on an ornate plaza, driven entirely by raw, unstructured passion. In that version of the story, the dancer is the only force that matters. In reality, the dance is only one fraction of a larger, carefully balanced ecosystem. A genuine flamenco performance requires three equal forces: the singing, the guitar, and the dance. And rather than performing based on a whim, all three are locked into a strictly enforced, unwritten musical law. To an outsider, it looks like an explosion of emotion, but underneath that surface, every movement and note operates on a sophisticated mathematical code. This represents the compás, flamenco's rhythmic cycle. Built on an asymmetrical 12-beat pattern, it's notoriously difficult to predict. You cannot program this rhythm or write it as sheet music. The timing is passed down through oral tradition, learned by children in closed family circles. Growing up inside that rhythm develops soniquete, a physical intuition for the beat that ensures a performer never drifts out of time. In flamenco, absolute fidelity to the compás acts as a ruthless filter. If you cannot maintain the rhythm, the emotional performance has no value. Performers use their bodies as the primary drum, mapping out accents with complex hand clapping called palmas and high-speed footwork known as zapateo. While the feet strike the floor at breakneck speed, the dancer maintains immense upper body control, executing slow, deliberate arm movements called floreo. The body effectively moves at two different speeds at once. The guitar serves as a percussive driver. The guitarist treats the instrument as a drum, using aggressive striking techniques like alzapua and rasgueado to provide the deep rhythmic pulse that anchors the dancer. These percussive layers are still evolving. In 1977, the legendary guitarist Paco de Lucia looked for a way to modernize the traditional sound. While performing in Lima, he saw an Afro-Peruvian musician playing a wooden box drum called a cajon. De Lucia realized its deep tone perfectly matched a dancer's footwork, bringing it back to Spain to join the modern flamenco ensemble. Today, every physical and instrumental layer must flawlessly lock into the compás to create the driving force that defines the genre. This map traces the Gitano migration from northern India to southern Spain. They brought the cante hondo, the deep song. In Andalusia, their traditions collided with Moorish, Jewish, and indigenous communities, forging a hybrid musical language from these shared spaces. Centuries of persecution and marginalization forced a specific vocal style into existence. This rough, strained sound is known as the voz rayada, a cracked voice that pushes the singer to the point of physical collapse. Through these notes, the singer performs a living archive of generational trauma. Every flamenco performance is building toward a moment where the unforgiving mathematics of the rhythm perfectly align with the raw grief of the singer. Performers call this climax duende. It's a state of total authenticity that provokes an involuntary physical reaction, chills and tears, in both performer and audience. You cannot fake duende, and you cannot summon it through passion alone. It only arrives when a performer has mastered the strict rules of the rhythm so thoroughly that they can finally transcend them. Flamenco emerged from the margins of society as a way to survive the weight of history. By anchoring extreme grief inside a rigid mathematical cycle, the art form allows the most overwhelming human experiences to be felt, shared, and finally released.